Guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know, I am Allie and this is a coffee chat video. This is one of the few videos I'm re-recording for the next couple of days, just because I don't know what my schedule is going to look like with things changing. So there's like a couple things I want to talk about. So I've been struggling lately with making friends as an adult. I don't have very many mom friends. I have one friend that is pretty much it right now, and she doesn't really understand some of the things that I'm going through in regards to co-parenting and dealing with things. So I'm definitely learning that it's a lot harder as an adult to make friends than it is as a child. Like the days of like playing jacks and playing tag are over. So I've been really struggling emotionally these last couple days. The lack of friendship and co-parenting is hard. I love watching and listening to Moms of Tampa podcast. They're one of my favorite people to watch and follow on social media. Like, they give me so much hope that at some point I can be in that situation. I am finding that I spent a lot of my time these last 4 years appeasing everybody and with everything in my life, and I'm realizing that I need to put hardcore boundaries around just everything in regards to just everything in general. I'm just really having like a hard time. I would love to tell you that like a magic wand and everything that I want and I need is gonna be better, but it's not reality for me. It's just not. I am finding myself in this weird place of wanting so much someone to change, and not for me, but for other people who deserve their best. And I'm finding that 4 years into this situation, I'm trying to really, really be respectful too, because I want this person to know that there is no hatred there. There is no anger there. There is a lot of frustration. Frustration is what's there. I don't know how to move past this frustration I have with this person. And I'm finding myself wanting to force this person to just do it. And I can't force them to do what I want them to do. And it's not that I want a relationship from this person in any capacity, but I want this person to stop making promises they can't keep to an innocent bystander in this situation. And I'm really, really struggling with what that means. I want them to show up for, I'll get into a little bit more detail. I want them to show up for my son. I want them to partake in this. But I'm tired of and frustrated of every decision I make in the last 12 months to be questioned and criticized when they don't partake in anything that has to do with the situation. So it's been very, very trying, frustrating week. So I apologize if at any point I get over emotional or frustrated or sad or mad. I am just riding this wave of emotions and I don't know what to do with that information. And it really, really sucks not having friends to really talk to. I knew my life was going to change when I have my son, and I don't regret him in any capacity. But it is hard to know that all of the friends that I once had that I would have went to with this information bailed. And I miss that. I miss having the friendships and the camaraderie that I had, even if they weren't entirely real friendships. I had people I could go to, and that's just not reality anymore. It's been a hard week. And I don't see it getting any easier. And I don't see it getting less emotional or getting less frustrating in my near future. And it's hard. And, I'm doing a lot. I'm working. I'm working. I'm going back to school. I'm raising my son. And I would love to just take 5 minutes and just, pretend my world doesn't exist. But it's not reality. It's just not reality. My anxiety is extremely high going into this school year than it was prior school years. We're going to talk about my mental health, I guess. My anxiety is super high, like I said, going into the school year. I'm extremely nervous about school and co-parenting and trying to navigate these situations that we're in uncharted waters. We're in new territory, and I don't know what to do with that information. And any advice I would love at this point. Like, I'm just feel like I'm banging my head against a wall because I'm trying to do right by my son but I'm also like really, really bad. I'm also like a really big people pleaser. This is like I will people please till I'm blue in the face. I will give everybody what they want, even if it means like it being not what I want. And I'm really, really trying to break the people pleasing habit. But it's just been really, really hard and really, really frustrating this week. And I've been feeling more alone than I ever have. And I don't know how to handle any of this that's coming my way. I never thought I would be here in this situation with like co-parenting and in any capacity with anything. I really never thought I would be here. And I'm here, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with myself and with others. And I'm giving so much of myself to everybody around me that I'm not taking a second to think about anything that I want in this capacity or anything that I need from anyone. And I have made the decision that on this weekend, when it's not my weekend, I'm going to take some time and pause and really, really figure out what direction I'm heading in with everything. If I'm feeding my soul the right things for me, because right now I just feel like, especially like these last 4 years, that I've just been such like giving and people pleasing and people taking and just allowing things to go on that probably shouldn't be going on in some capacity, not with my son, but with other things. And I'm just finding myself, just like I said, banging my head against a wall. Like, I don't know what to do at this point. I feel like everybody wants something different from me, and I'm getting nowhere fast. And it's really, really messing with me and my emotions and my mental health, because I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. Like, I feel like I'm sitting here, like, looking in every direction, and, my faith has been, like, a really big issue for me the last, like, 4 years as well, because I've struggled with my faith and with my ability to, like, see God in all of this, and, like, trying to, like, like, deal with the fact that I have broken what I feel is the number one rule. And I've struggled with, having a child out of wedlock and all these things. And I feel like I finally am like in a good place with my faith and a good place with like my mental health. And then just to have like all of this, like other stuff just come like crashing to a halt is like not a halt, but like come crashing. And like suddenly everything is not like copacetic and great like I thought it was. It's just really, really hard to find myself on a different page of a book than other people, and to find myself like feeling these like things, and like it's just been a roller coaster this last week. If I'm being fair, this last month has been like a real roller coaster of emotions for me. And I felt that it was always going to happen because my son's going to be starting pre-K. So I thought, the last month of August is going to be hard for me. But it is turning into be much more exhausting, much more just draining for me mentally, physically, emotionally. I don't know what my next step is here in general with a lot of things, and I'm finding myself in unsteady territory and unsteady ground. And the last time I felt this way, I was pregnant. And I was like due for my child, like at any point. So like during my pregnancy, I was very unsteady, I was very unsure, I was very like, so I'm trying to get myself to a point in the next 10 or 9 days, however many days I have till school starts, to be in a better place mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's hard, it's draining, it's a lot of work. But I'm doing that to better prepare myself for September, knowing that I'm walking into a brand new school, a brand new building, a brand new classroom, working with brand new people, working with a brand new teacher, and just all the uncertainty that comes with that. I can't have the emotional pile on as well. So that's kind of my first part of the spiel. So I'm going to talk about something else. So I uploaded my budget video. I'm very, very proud of myself. I canceled so many subscriptions like over the last week. Again, like trying to be in a better financial situation going into September, or at least having less coming out of my checks. That way I can better pay off debt. School starts for me, like school starts and then like my college courses start all at the same time. It's like, can September get any more hectic for me? Like, oh my goodness. Like, I just have to keep reminding myself that going into college, getting my bachelor's, finishing it, getting my master's is for the betterment of my son, and it is stressful, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. I just need to remind myself of that. So yeah, so this is actually going to be like a shorter coffee chat than normal because I'm just don't really have much to talk about. So I really wanted to talk about I guess the podcast I've been loving lately. So again, I mentioned Moms of Tampa. I absolutely love them. I've been enjoying their podcast a lot. So I will definitely I would say if there was a second collaboration or a podcast or any like social media people that I would love to be friends with, it is Megan and Tiffany. Like right at the top, like Megan and Tiffany. Like if I could be your friends, like truly, I love you guys as human beings. So that's like why I'm like 100%. And if I ever am in a place where like I could go on your podcast, I would definitely not afraid to do that at all. Like speaking things into existence here, because I really am trying to share more of my co-parenting journey, but also being respectful because my child's father does not want me to share much about him, and I'm trying my hardest to share my co-parenting journey and share more of the co-parenting and share more of the things I'm doing while being respectful to him, because he is my child's father, despite my feelings, especially right now, about the way things have been going. And it is just very much what it is. So that is why you're going to be seeing more co-parenting content, probably more of that on Instagram than YouTube, just because that's where I tend to like share a lot, is my new Instagram. Dear America podcast. I've talked about the Dear America podcast before. I'm not going to get too much into detail. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite ones. If you're a conservative, just check it out. And then I've talked about a little bit culty with Sarah Edmondson and Nippy, and Coffee Convos podcast. I'm going to be honest. When it came to Coffee Convos podcast, I was a little hesitant because I have struggled with Kale, and I'm going to be frankly honest here, Lindsay as well. Lindsay, because I feel like, I don't know, I guess I always had just, like, her dad's, like, because the show just, I never really got into Kristen Knows Best, so I was a little apprehensive of her, and, I I just never really, like, so it wasn't really, like, Lindsay, but we're gonna be honest here. I was a Teen Mom 2 fan. I was not a fan of Janelle. Kale I struggled with till, like, I started listening to the podcast. I tend to forget. I at times I forgot that Teen Mom 2 was edited. And I didn't really struggle with her in the beginning. I struggled with her when it came to the Janelle stuff, and then when it came to Brianna, because not that I liked Brianna. Brianna's not my girl in any capacity, but I struggled because I was just like, I just felt like, so what I struggled with wasn't necessarily with Kale, was with more so the show. I felt like they purposely filmed Kale with the situation with Brianna and Javi in a bad light and did it on purpose. Because everything else, I felt like Kale, you know, like, she's always been honest and transparent about the situations and everything. I just feel like she got edited to a bad rap, and I'm sorry for joining the rest of the world and be like, she's part of the problem. But also, see, here's the other thing. Also, when I was watching the show, I wasn't co-parenting. I wasn't having the struggles that I felt. I was never having these issues, and I was always the first one to be like, not my kid, or not, if I have to co-parent, like, I was one of those. And now that I'm in this situation, I'm like, I was wrong. This is a nightmare. Like, not even a nightmare. Like, sometimes I feel like this is a dream that I'm gonna wake up from, and just like, or like a magic wand's gonna happen, and I can just, like, bippity boppity boop the situation away, and it's not reality. So yeah, so that is my coffee chat. It was just a mental health, like, check-in conversation about co-parenting and the struggles that I'm having. So basically just a coffee chat vent session. So if you guys enjoyed this one, please give it a big thumbs up if you do. For now, subscribe, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.